because he said it's so bad. Cases are way up. They jumped 10,000 in just a year from 22,000. That was back in 2010. A year later, 32,000.
And that number undoubtedly has climbed. So that's the reason why we're protecting ourselves, or at least trying to, against ticks. It's more important than ever. Mike?
You know, back out on the patio here for you, introduce you to George. Did I tell you that my friend Mark Summers got a tick in his hair about 3 weeks ago, ended up at the hospital, had to take Lyme disease medication? Can happen to anybody simply by going out into your yard or camping out, stuff like this. You've heard this song, Killing Me Softly, Careless Whisper. We've been singing a lot this morning. This guy's name is George Softly. You're my first tick and mosquito expert.
Well, I'm glad to be here with you.
And I saw him coming. This is the brightest shirt I've ever seen, George.
Well, you have to wear bright colored clothing when you're dealing with ticks.
Well, remind us of that, because a lot of people like to go out when they wear whites when they go out camping and khaki and stuff like that. Is it best to wear bright clothes?
Whenever you're going to be in an area that could have ticks, you want to make sure you're wearing bright colored clothing. It makes it much easier to check yourself after the fact.
You better check yourself out before you wreck your head. Okay, so here's one of the problems in your yard. Clutter. Come here.
Yes. When you're doing compost and planting your yard, you want to make sure you clear out specific areas. Over here is our imaginary compost pile. We've separated this off with some stones. You would carry those all the way around. You want to use wood chips, gravel, stone, something to separate those things that are going to attract ticks.
So we need to rake up all these leaves. They're all matted down and wet.
That's the second C in the process, is cleaning up. If you look over here to our left, we have a giant leaf pile. If this looks like your yard, you are inhabiting ticks.
Okay.
You're asking them to come.
George, is this a giant tick remover? If you get one in your hair, do you use this big machine?
No, this is actually a professional blower sprayer that licensed applications are used to do a spray around your property to help eliminate ticks.
Okay, what are the stones all about?
The stones are about retaining walls. Two things. You want to keep deer, which are a major harbor of ticks, out of your yard. So you want to make sure that you put up walls and physical boundaries to stop them. You also want to make sure you're checking these areas for tick infestation.
Okay. Certain plants better than others?
Correct. The reason you want to choose the right plants is very simple. You want to make sure that you have plants that are not attracting deer and other animals into your yard. That's the most critical thing, because ticks don't really crawl a lot. They don't run, they don't jump, they don't fly, so they move on animals.
Okay. Now, Jessica, one of our interns, is going to come over here and sit down right here on the edge of the picnic table. Bill, why don't you come around this way here? Let's say that she's got one in her hair. And a lot of times we don't even realize there's a tick in there until we're shampooing or whatever. Let's pretend there's a big tick in there.
Oh, it's kind of the same color as her hair.
Okay.
Say this is a giant tick, and it's in her hair. What you want to do is you want to make sure you get down where the teeth are. So you want to get down right where these little clippers come out.
Yeah.
You want to latch on, and you want to pull the same way that the clippers are in her head. Unfortunately, when they bite, they put down these little things to stop the bleeding, and that is what will actually continue to go through the venom.
You don't want their heads stuck in your scalp.
Correct. So when you remove them, you want to make sure you get the head completely out, and then you want to dispose of the tick completely. You don't want to play with it. It does still carry the disease even after you've pulled it out.
And apparently it's an old wives' tale that you wanted to, like, get a lighter and burn its butt. The theory was that it would back out of her scalp, but when its butt got hot. No good?
No, you don't want to do that. It's too dangerous. Too many things have happened. They don't recommend that in any way.
Thank you, Tick Model.
Very well.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
See, clean up your yard this weekend.
No, that's